A wrongful death accident is essentially any kind of an accident that leads to the death of another person. In order for it to be a wrongful death, there needs to be somebody else that's at fault or negligent for causing the death. The steps to a wrongful death lawsuit are somewhat straightforward. First, there needs to be somebody that can represent the deceased person. Often that's a family member. It could be the executor of the estate, but there needs to be somebody that can essentially stand in for the person who is deceased. After that, there needs to be a demonstration that somebody else is liable for causing the death. And once somebody else is found to be liable for causing the death, then we get to the damages phase of the wrongful death lawsuit. The death is very hard on surviving family members. There are few incidents that are worse than losing a family member to somebody else's negligence. And not only is it emotionally difficult, but it can also be financially difficult as well if the loss was to a wage earner. A family member can be compensated for the loss of a loved one caused by someone else's negligence. The law is very specific as to who can recover. For example, if a husband is lost, the wife may recover and the children may recover. If the person is not married and has no children, then we're going to look at their siblings are people that can recover. There's a formula that the law provides that we follow in pursuing these wrongful death cases. In wrongful death cases, there's a number of damages that are available, and that depends in part on whether the case is being brought by the executor of the estate or by the next of kin. One can recover medical bills for the deceased, funeral expenses, potentially pain and suffering, loss of consortium, fees and costs as well. A person or a corporation can be held liable for the wrongful death of a person. It depends on the circumstances. If the wrongful death was caused by a person, then we're going to look towards the sole person. If the wrongful death was caused solely or partially by a corporation or a business, they can be held liable as well. We have wrongful death experience in a number of different situations. We have wrongful death experience dealing with motor vehicles. We have wrongful death experience dealing with commercial properties, commercial buildings, and we also have wrongful death experience dealing with construction type issues as well. Clients hire Precision Injury Law because they like the fact that they're dealing with me and not some faceless person in a large corporation. They like that they can get in touch with me. They like that I'm available. I'll take the time to educate them about the legal process. I'll give them the options of how we can proceed with their case, and they're happy with the results. What makes Precision Injury Law different from other firms is we are a small boutique firm, and we take the time to craft the right solution for each individual client. Client communication is key. I do my best to return phone calls and emails the very same day. As a lawyer, sometimes I'm in trial and I cannot do that, so I will return calls within 48 hours. Precision Injury Law is a small firm, and the advantage of dealing with a small firm is you know who you're dealing with. I will be handling or overseeing all of the cases, so if somebody has a question, they're not calling some random department somewhere in a large firm, they'll be speaking with me. During the initial consultation for a wrongful death case, we'll meet with the heirs or the executors or whoever is bringing the case. We will talk about the situation that led to the circumstances, the evidence, the case facts. Then we'll look at the damages, which can include medical treatment, funeral costs, and so on. After that, we'll sit down and discuss the best path so that the family can be made whole again.